Awesome Carlisle, here we go. Small town charm with the big time glow. Tune in now, don't miss the show. It's Awesome Carlisle. Let's roll!
Happy New Year, Carlisle. We have officially crossed into 2026. Last week, from December 29th, 2025 through January 4th, 2026, our borough saw a mix of celebration, financial changes, and community challenges. While we were busy ringing in the new year with our favorite local traditions, our local government and businesses were making moves that will affect our wallets and our neighbors. From the passing of the new budget to the cheering crowds at the Hotchee dog drop, it was a busy week in the Cumberland Valley. Here is a quick summary of the key things that happened in our community last week. Increasing costs for 2026. The Borough Council approved the new budget with no tax hike, but water bills are going up. Police blotter. Officers stayed busy with missing person cases and major drug and burglary warrants. Job market shakeup. 2 large local logistics companies announced layoffs starting this month. Dickinson College updates. The college is upgrading its technology and changing Title IX rules. Sports action. The Thundering Herd wrestling team hit big milestones, while basketball teams fought hard. New Year's Eve Hotchee dog drop. We celebrated with the famous Hotchee dog drop and an eating contest. Real estate market update. Important updates on what it costs to own a home in Carlisle this year. Increasing costs for 2026. Taxes stay flat, but water costs rise. The biggest news for our bank accounts this week is that the 2026 Carlisle Borough budget is officially in action. The good news for us homeowners is that the Borough Council listened to the economic pressure we are all feeling. They approved a budget that does not raise the real estate tax rate. This means the main tax on our properties will stay flat for the year, which is a relief for many of us trying to manage our household expenses. However, keeping our water safe and our trash picked up is going to cost a little more this year. Starting January 1, the water rate went up from $6.95 to $7.54 per 100 cubic feet. The borough did this to pay for important projects like filtering out harmful chemicals called PFAS and replacing the old water tank on Ridge Street. For a typical family of 4, this means our quarterly water and sewer bill will be about $331, which is an increase of roughly $26 compared to last year. Also, our trash and recycling fees have gone up to $91.89 per quarter to cover the rising costs from the trash company. Here is a breakdown of the new costs for Carlisle homeowners this year. Property tax rate, no increase for 2026. Water rate increased to $7.54 per 100 cubic feet. Quarterly trash fee increased to $91.89. Trash tag fee increased to $9.92 per tag. Average family impact. A family of 4 will pay about $26 more per quarter for water and sewer compared to last year. Even with these increases, our borough officials remind us that we still have the 5th lowest water and sewer rates compared to our neighbors in Cumberland County. Police blotter, missing persons, and major arrest warrants. Our local police force had a very active week keeping our streets safe during the holiday transition. The Carlisle Police Department, CPD, had to handle some scary situations involving missing neighbors. On January 3rd, officers were called to South Pitt Street to help find Wayne Hovermill, an adult man who had been missing since the morning of January 2nd. Officers also successfully located a juvenile, Nancy Orleana, who had been reported missing from A Street on December 29th after an argument with her aunt. It is always a relief when our officers can help bring people home safely. In addition to helping missing persons, the police were busy closing cases and issuing warrants for serious crimes. On January 5th, just as the week wrapped up, the department announced an arrest warrant for Brian Maurice Ranson for narcotics violations that happened at Mill Race Court. They also issued a warrant for Sean Andrew Warner for a burglary and theft that happened at Carlisle Construction Materials on Rittner Highway back in November. It's clear that our officers are working hard to follow up on investigations and hold people accountable for crimes in our borough. Job market shakeup. Logistics companies announce layoffs. We received some tough economic news this week regarding the warehouses and trucking companies that employ many of our neighbors. The logistics industry, which involves moving and storing goods, is seeing a bit of a slowdown. Data from the state showed that 2 major companies in our area are cutting jobs early this year. This is something we need to watch closely, as these jobs are a big part of our local economy. GXO Logistics Worldwide, located on Carolina Way, announced that they will be laying off 69 employees starting on January 12th. In addition to that, Keene Transport on Harrisburg Pike issued a notice that they will be letting go of 52 workers effective January 20th. In total, that's 121 jobs being cut right here in Carlisle. This suggests that the demand for shipping and warehousing might be cooling down a bit, or that companies are reorganizing their contracts. We're thinking of those families affected by these changes as the new year begins. Dickinson College updates. New Tech and Hall of Fame class. Dickinson College, a major part of our town, started 2026 with some big internal changes. The college used the winter break to switch over its payroll and student work systems to a new digital platform called Workday. This is a big modernization step for the school, moving from older computer systems to a cloud-based one. While technology upgrades can be annoying, the college president says it was necessary because their old systems were falling behind. The college also announced some exciting news for sports fans. They revealed the Athletic Hall of Fame class of 2026. The new inductees include standout athletes from a decade ago, like tennis star Ross Onstadt, soccer champion Taylor Ferry and Genevieve Olsen-Desmond, and track star Sarah Rudkowski. On the administrative side, the college had to update its Title IX policies again due to changes in federal laws. This means fewer student employees are now required to be mandated reporters, returning that responsibility mostly to resident advisors and safety staff. Sports action, wrestling wins, and tough basketball losses. Our local high school athletes, the Thundering Herd, had a week of highs and lows. The boys' basketball team played a thrilling game against Central Dauphin East on January 2nd that went into overtime. It was an offensive showdown, but unfortunately, our boys fell short with a final score of 79-83. Despite the loss, players like Mason McMean and Paxton Foreman showed that the team is getting more competitive. The wrestling team continues to be a powerhouse for our school. On January 2nd, the varsity team competed at Northern Lebanon High School. We also celebrated some huge individual milestones this week. Sophia Adams and Laurel Kuhn were recognized for each winning over 50 career matches. Carter Pedrick also reached an amazing achievement by recording 70 career pins. Over at Dickinson College, the men's basketball team had a tough start to the year, losing 57-70 to Carnegie Mellon on January 3rd. New Year's Eve Hotchee dog drop. There is no place like Carlisle on New Year's Eve. On Wednesday, December 31, we gathered downtown for our unique Hotchee New Year celebration. Instead of dropping a crystal ball like in New York, we drop a 6-foot replica of a Hotchee dog, our town's famous chili cheese hot dog. The giant hot dog was built by a talented student from Big Spring High School. The party took place near the Hamilton restaurant on West High Street. One of the best parts of this event is that the drop happens at 9 p.m. This is a thoughtful tradition that allows the staff at the Hamilton, the birthplace of the Hotchee dog, to enjoy the fun before going home to their own families. There was live music, and the Hamilton restaurant gave away between 500 and 600 hot dogs to the crowd. We also watched a hot dog eating contest where competitors tried to eat 20 hot dogs in 10 minutes. It was a perfect way to celebrate our local culture. Real estate market update. Week of December 29th, 2025 through January 4th, 2026. The real estate market in Carlisle started the new year with increased volume, recording 8 closed sales compared to just 3 the previous week and 7 during the same period last year. While the median sales price of $342,450 saw a decrease from the prior week's high, it remains significantly stronger than the $280,000 median recorded 1 year ago. Here are the specific stats for closed home sales in Carlisle for this past week. Total home sales, 8 homes sold, up from 5 last week, up 1 from last year. Median sales price, $342,450, down from $377,000 last week and up from $280,000 last year. Highest sales price, $505,000, down from $868,000 last week and down from $800,000 last year. Lowest sales price, $172,500, down from $185,000 last week and up from $166,000 last year. Real estate stats are obtained from sources deemed reliable but not guaranteed.
Awesome Carlisle, here we go. Small town charm with the big time glow. Tune in now, don't miss the show. It's awesome Carlisle. Let's